Mike's back in the garage with his MT-10. And what are we doing today?
MT-10 SP.
Oh, sorry, the SP. Yes, gotta
makes
make
it fast,
yeah,
faster.
Yes.
So today we're doing TST Industry tail change. I forget what they call it, but it's TST Industry.
Oh, it's pretty slick.
Yeah.
It'll match the front better.
Yeah, and we also have some other parts that are going to delete all this. And then a low mount plate that's going to be somewhere around here.
Cool.
And the signals are now integrated into the tail.
Even cooler.
And it's got some programming on it. So it's going to do like, when it stops, it's going to pulse, right? The brake light will pulse, and then, yeah, tail light signals.
So we're tightening up the tail.
And they are very clear about that.
Yes, only used for show.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start taking this apart and swap in the new tail tidy pieces. Awesome. So we just watched the instructional video on how to do this with 120 steps. Mm-hmm. So Mike's gonna remove all of the fasteners that are all in this area, and in order to do that, we gotta take this bracket off, move this stuff out of the way, move all these pieces out of the way, and then this whole part, once we release it and unplug all of the power plugs, we'll be able to slide that right out. So Mike's gonna loosen up all of these and get the plastic out of the way. Too much plastic.
That's why we're here deleting it.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, I'll hold it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, on the TST Industry video, probably because it's a 2022 or a non-SP, for whatever reason, my wiring has these in it. These extra pieces. And I don't know what the heck this is.
Just a termination. Very long. Yeah. That's very bizarre. And it Ys.
Yeah, it makes a Y.
And his video,
Same
it's
thing.
just this.
Yeah, same thing on the other side.
So
It
weird.
was just tucked under. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'm not. It's because it's gonna get removed.
Yeah. Odd. Okay. Well, the taillight's off, and now we've got those finally free. So we're gonna pull the little license plate thing out.
A little pro tip: if you're gonna do this job and you ever want a lithium battery, do it now.
Now's a good time.
Yeah.
Better time than any.
Save 5 pounds.
Yep. What are you doing there, Mike? Putting a little piece of cardboard in there?
Yeah. See, there's a hole. See how it
Yep.
disappears into
You
there.
can lose your nut down in there.
Never want to lose your nut.
Don't bust your nut down in there.
Be a good squirrel. Don't
Yeah.
lose your nut.
Yeah. So you put that down there to create a little guard so you don't drop the nut. So silly.
Or you can use a magnetic socket.
I need to get some magnetic sockets. If anyone wants to donate magnetic sockets to Tim Garage, I'll mention you in the next video.
So we support it while we're dropping it. Otherwise it'll fall on the floor. It'll
Yep.
look like a dummy. Go ahead.
Okay, and now you want to funnel all your tubes and your connectors through. So weird. There we go. Look at that hunk of junk. This is that's at least five pounds right there.
5 fatty pounds.
Yeah, that's looking good already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this connector, we didn't want to use these kind of like interference style pin things, right, where they actually pierce into another wire to get our kind of like our power and also the signal that this, the ignition is on and all that.
For the license plate light,
License
illuminate.
plate light.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
So instead what we did, Tim had the great idea, we snipped the connector off of the old one. The light's
The
here.
stock light.
The stock light.
Yeah.
And now we have a nice connector, and we used,
Wired it together.
stripped pieces, 2 crimps, electrical tape.
And now you got a nice long one. Should plug right into the stock plug. So we didn't have to cut off the stock plug, which is right there.
Now it'll go like that.
Beautiful. Cool. Okay. So now we got to get the back plate or the, what do they call it? The, what do you call it in that video? The stop, the cover, no, what did he call it? Stop off? Can't remember the word he used. Whatever, we gotta get this plastic piece on the bottom to cover up that gaping hole that's there now. And it's like, the way they designed it's really nice and finished, but we have to drill a small hole in it to route this wire through, and then pull that through, get that mounted up underneath here, pull all the other wiring through, and start putting it all back together. Yeah.
Roughly it'll look like that.
Nice and clean. Cool. Okay, what's next?
Plate bracket.
All right, plate in the bracket. So what do we got? We got the cable for the light just dangling down, right? And that's supposed to dangle down until you get that bracket.
I think that bracket goes there.
Yes, it does.
And then the plate attaches. I'll have to go back to the workbench, get my screws.
And that's the hardware to use here, and that spacer goes on the back of that right there.
Right. And then there's also these color bits.
Nico's helping today.
Some little color bits.
Yep.
To make it look fancy.
Make it look fancy. So that's pretty easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got the self-tapping screws. And the nice blue washers to match your pretty bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one little hack that we're doing is we're not going to use the super sticky 3M tape. We actually put on these command strips with Velcro. So that way, in case the plate needs to come off
Track day.
for track day, this is not just stuck on there. And then what Mike will probably do for track day then is figure out a way, TBD, of
Tuck and tape it.
probably just taping this up, or tucking this up somehow, because you could always pull this taunt.
Yeah.
So this is like kind of up here as well.
I'll lift my seat.
Lift the seat, pull this taunt, so then this is just kind of hanging up there. But this Velcro, this piece here, this further piece will actually be on the plate, and so all that would be left would be this other piece. And so we're trying to make it as modular as possible.
Yeah.
So the plate is on. Looks pretty cool with the blue hardware, and we've got our little Velcro light on the back. So now we just got to move up here, get the taillight in, and connect all the wiring, and we should be good to go. Okay, now onto the taillight. This is the new one. Just kind of slides in, and then we have to reattach all the hardware that we took out. We got to put those rubber bushings back in there, Mike, which are
Probably easier to do with it off.
right here and here. Okay, we're gonna do an electrical test. See if we've got everything wired up now that we have it all connected. Boom, just blows up.
Pop, pop.
Okay, I see brake lights. Oh, yep, got left signal, right signal. Pull the brake lever. Looking good, man. And the license plate light is on.
Okay, so that didn't flash, right?
It did not flash. Okay, so you're gonna do a test setting.
I'm gonna see about these programs. Actually, I can push it.
So there's a program button on the back. Okay.
Push it once.
Nope, solid.
And then let it.
Okay, that's doing a flashy with amber and red now. That's cool. I like that.
Pushed it again.
Okay. Now it's going. Same, both sides. That's kind of cool. Brake light's just solid. Okay. Now it's just amber standard.
I think that's all of our.
So the programming must be just for the turn signals. Yep. Okay, now it's doing a flashy. Yep, it's changing. Standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Okay, now we've got the turn signals and tail light set up. We're just putting her back together. So we'll see how she looks in just a minute. Okay, so all set to go. Mike's awesome new tucked tail light, tail tighty, whole deal, all ready to rock. So looks pretty good. He's got his modular light, all of his matching colors. Oh yes, and the cool brake light. Oh, it flashes, so beautiful. So we're gonna call this next mod on the MT-10 done, and I'm sure Mike will be back soon for more.